Hi, welcome back. Alrighty, welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be talking about another Nabalis product, very Nabalis based video, or very Nabalis based channel. Oh, where's my other one? Alright, today we're going to talk about, well, not only just talk about, we're going to review and talk about Nabalis Impulse. So we have two different Nabalises that are, or two different Nabalis Impulse that are the same thing as well. Both same trainer, shall I say. But there are some interesting things that I've noticed about it, which is kind of the good thing why I bought two of these. And, well, I was supposed to do something funny for the intro. I mean, I don't really have anything funny to do for the intro. I mean, I can just, yeah. I mean, I do have a little bit of a Christmas gift. I have another Canyon, so I'm sure you guys are tired of me getting Nabalis stuff, including this and whatnot. But I made the inserts myself. Don't tell Zippy that I did that. I also made one for this as well, which is actually really enjoyable. I find it worked with a couple of weights. You'll see the overall weights and whatnot for this one specifically. This one I just did myself. I put insert from Zippy, so there's that. Really crunchy, by the way. If I can even do anything with it. And then this one also not only changed the weight aspect of it, but also silenced the ring a little bit, which is really good. It's something I'm sure Zippy would look onto in the future, and I really would be looking forward to spacers for these. So this is my configuration. This is more of a slight, if not slightly moderate handle bias, along with the Zippy inserts. You could have one weight for both sides with the Zippy caps, and then this and this whole thing. Anyways, going back to the Nabalis product, I don't have the specs for these ones, but I know they come in different variations of colors. So I got all black and this one, oh God, I got all black in this one as well, which I like it as well. Anyways, the only aspects I can say is that this material is a recycled, well, I'm not gonna throw up the quote like that because I don't mean to throw up like that. Well, oh well. This is a recycled, I'm pretty sure recycled blade and handle. So it's made with scraps of other balisong metals or whatnot that it used, and it's supposed to be environmentally friendly. And it's supposed to be really good as well. I do like it personally a little bit. Not as much as like something like the Canyon and whatnot. I think it's pretty good, to be honest. So you have quite variations of options when you choose any of these impulses. I painted this one, by the way, myself, so don't expect yours to look like mine's because it's just black. The price comes around $30 to $40 on each one of these for like one of these, and I think that's really great price, especially comparing it next to the Canyon, which is also around the same price, if not the exact same price as these ones. And especially with it being made of recycled material, it's actually very much a grab and very much a good steal that you can take and just flip. And I wouldn't worry about damaging these too much either. I'd just buy a whole new thing if I damaged it way too much even. So cheap thing to take. What's next? So I got some couple of advantages and couple of disadvantages I think there's more advantage than disadvantage, if anything. Rather, probably the only real disadvantage you get with this is, I mean, with it being very weak metal, you can drop it and it'll get like very nice, or if not really bad, scuffs, cuts, and bumps. I mean, I dropped one time, so I got a couple of dents and whatnot from dropping it. I dropped it one time at the middle of the night and walking down, and I quite literally went, oh no, I left a bit of a piece of metal, which be careful about that. When you do drop it on the ground, you can make some very pointy parts which can cut you up and dig into your skin, and you know, you get very nasty metal stuff happening to you. But I dropped it one time and noticed that it was really rough and can scratch me up, so I quite literally went to a concrete pole and just a couple of times, and then fixed it. So I guess in a way you can say it's both advantage and disadvantaging. Disadvantaging, you can scuff it up pretty badly, very easily if you drop it around concrete and whatnot. But I mean, advantage, you can fix it yourself. With how soft this metal is made, it's not soft enough to like melt on the palm of your hand. Like, what is that one metal called? Like that one soft metal that you can just chew on. It's not like as soft as something like that, but it's just soft enough to, if you give a couple like taps to fix the corners of the handles or wherever, it's gonna be enough to fix it, really. And I'm a little bit blown by that. I'm a little bit like confused as well. Another thing I noticed, which is kind of a disadvantage to me as well, is each different battle songs you get can have a different feel material-wise. So I noticed heavily and quickly, comparing from this to this, a really big difference. By big difference, I mean like material-wise. You can feel this one being more grippier, this one more of slipperier. And you can hear it too, like... Again, I did screw around with this a little bit, and I did recently drop it in the dirt, so I need to take it apart and clean it. I did also change it with my super lube, which is the thing that I have only right now. And this has a Nabalis lube, so it could be that too, that it's sound different. But I did notice it when I first got them both, like they were slightly different. Sound-wise, definitely different handle-wise. So I would recommend getting something that's mostly black, if not all black, than getting something like this, which is shiny or silvery like, or any other thing that are kind of similar to this, especially if you're the guy that gets picky about more grip than slip. For me personally, I like this one even. I like this one more. Because I prefer more slip than grip. I mean, what can you do? That's just my choice. Another thing that I want to talk about is... Oh, that's what's next. I mean, I probably should wrap up the first part of this, which I'm turning this into a two-piece kind of thing for one video. This is just kind of an overview, which to quickly wrap that part up. Should you buy it? I think so. Especially with the zippy inserts and whatnot. Definitely buy the zippy inserts and spacers. Like, that's a huge definite that you should get, especially to protect your ballast line a little bit more, especially from concrete and whatnot. Because without it, it's gonna bend and you might have to like kind of either fix it yourself or just deal with it, really. To me personally, I'm not 100% a fan of it. I mean, I like the weight it feels. I think it's supposed to be slight handle bias, if not moderate. It's not the same as the Canyon, obviously, to me, since I'm a huge lover for a Canyon and whatnot. And I prefer more heavier balisongs, but definitely if you can't find anything else that is of your range, either go for the Canyon or the Impulse. The Impulse is going to be the closest thing you can get to a natural balisong feeling, minus the handle shapes. These are ergonomically, or however you say, shape-wise, everything much smaller than an average balisong, like this. And I don't know if you can tell. If it's not, I guess they're around the same then, but another way you can tell is also by fitting a zippy cap. It won't fit with zippy caps, but of course it will fit with inserts he made for them specifically. I don't know why. I don't entirely know why he made inserts for a balisong that could easily break when we also have a, what you might call it. I really liked that one too. I forgot. The Overlord. I really like the Overlord a lot, especially now, even more. But would I get it again? Probably not. Would I recommend it? Oh, definitely. Especially for someone like a kid. If you're for some reason getting kids into balisong hobbies, definitely give it to a kid that may be like 14, 15 years old, just enough to like learn and know like how to like not hurt themselves, because kids are kind of stupid. But I would also get it if you're trying to look for a heavy beater, especially. This is a perfect thing. It's really cheap. Reliable enough, actually. I dropped this many times, and this has gotten more tap easily than this has. As much as, like, the Canyon. So these two are very much a grab, especially if you're looking for something cheap. It'll also come down to your personal taste and what material you want. If you want more grip, and if you want something like a normal balisong flipper would have, definitely have that one. Or definitely have the Impulse. If you want something that's different feeling and something heavier even, definitely have the Canyon. I would recommend the Canyon more if you're wanting it, but that's just my personal taste. Another thing that I want to talk about is their false live version. Oh boy, here we go. So they released a false live version. I don't have it, obviously, but... And oh boy, here we go. I'm not a big fan of the false live version, personally. And I think it's a really funky concept. It was like great, like funny looking kind of thing. And the way it looks really cool too. Again, it's another very cheap thing. It'll be the same price as the Canyon false live. I'm pretty sure these both are the same prices actually. So same price for a trainer, same price for false live. There's that. I'm not a big fan of the false live just because, you know, it's literally a live, what's going to be a live blade on a weak handle. And it's honestly a really, really interesting choice that they decided to choose that too. Now, would I recommend getting that? Only if you're poor. Again, I don't know the specs for it, but I assume it's around the same, if not more moderate handle bias, or like slightly more neutral. Now, it's not going to be perfect neutral, because if you get a perfect neutral balisong, then that's just a fake balisong they're probably having right now. I don't know what much to say to it, really. I mean, it has the same handle colors as the trainer version, if not a little bit more. I think they have more funky... I gotta pull this out now. This might take me a bit. Because it's such an interesting choice that they decided to do, where they just put like a false live blade, assuming that you're wanting to sharpen it on the weak handles. Yeah, it's still recyclable made, or recycled materials made. Okay, I have it right now. So I think it's made with more colors than the other one. I don't know. I'm not gonna look too deep into it. It's the same concept and everything, just false live blade. I'm not entirely a fan of it, but it's not a bad idea to put that out too. Apparently they're sold out of most of the colors, so You go, I guess. Would I recommend that? Again, maybe if you're a little bit more of on a cheaper side, like trying to find something that, you can beat up and get going with. Like, if you're really using this for like work and whatnot, which I'm using this for like everyday purposes too. I probably would stick with the Canyon actually. I'm not gonna lie. I stick with the Canyon for a false live blade. That's if you're like looking for something, I guess what people call EDCing or something like that. Just because that will be more sturdier and durable than the Impulse, especially since the Canyon's made of stainless steel. But I mean, if you're looking for something funky or something unique, even go for the Impulse Live Blade. I'm not discouraging you, really. Rather, this is just more my personal opinion and thoughts on these things. By things, I mean an ecosystem friendly kind of things, which is I'm not saying anything against it. I'm honestly not saying. Ever since the Impulse, or ever since the what's it called, extrusion they made, I like it. I really do. It's funky in colors and beautiful in design. The false live blade even looks pretty cool, and I thought about getting it before, but not really. Not really wanting to get something that I can bust up very easily. Sorry. I need to clean that out real quick. But overall, I think to wrap it up real quick, because we have to go and I don't want to take up too much time. Would I get the trainer? Again, just to summarize everything. Really cheap balisong, eco-friendly to the best they can, especially ever since from the extrusion. I'm sure it's not as eco-friendly, but still really, really heavily eco-friendly when making the material of these balisongs. Would I buy another one? Probably not really. I'll go through mines, especially on how long it'll last for me. I'm sure it'll last long enough. Tolerances and tune are still tight on this, and I did beat up mines quite a bit. I hope you know that. But would I get the false life blade? Absolutely not for me personally. But you shouldn't. But you shouldn't go off by my opinion entirely. I'd say give it a try. If not, get the trainer version. You'll get a lot more modifications out of the trainer version than a false life. False life, you'll be able to only add extensions. Trainer version, you'll add inserts to and have more kind of funky style. And you can buy more than one very easily. It should be around $80, and then switch handles and have a really pretty balisong, especially with it coming from a recyclable balisong. What else? I don't think there's anything else. I think that's just it. I'd say get it if not only you want to try something, but if you're like on the cheaper side, or even for a family or something like that, or Christmas gift. Well, Christmas is already passed on the time of making this video. Birthday gift or something like that. I don't know. It's not bad. I think they outdone themselves on this one especially. That might be it for the video today. Again, we have our Ko-fi up and running right now. If you support us, we'll put your name down on the list of supporters for the next video and whatnot. We're also going to work on putting drawings into our shop in there as well. One more thing that I should say, which I just noticed this not too long ago, and I'm not really happy with them at the same time. By them, I mean Nabalis. We noticed this not too long ago about Nabalis possibly using AI or artificial intelligence. We're not gonna say anything yet because, we're gonna research into it a little bit more, but we're not trying to start anything as well. So we might talk to them about what's going on, and we'll see what happens from there. Other than that, I think that's it. The next video will be my Balisong collection. Bye.